Oh, I don't know what to do with my face. Hey everybody, how's it going? Nick, aka RockLeeSmile here for something completely new and different. This is the very first episode of a hopefully long-running vlog series that I'd like to start. You know, there's been a lot of impediments that have stopped me from completing this idea or even, beginning it, to be perfectly honest. I've wanted to do a vlog series since pretty much the beginning of my channel, or somewhere around the beginning of my channel, and, well, I've felt always kind of like there was something I needed to do before I could start it, whether that be get new equipment, look better, find a better place to record, or I don't know, have something more interesting to talk about. But from what I can gather from all of you guys and what you've talked about with me in the past and from the various things that we've done on streams, seems like you enjoy when I ramble. I enjoy rambling myself, and honestly it's kind of one of my favorite parts of doing Let's Plays, just that I can just let weird stuff come out of my brain, and you guys seem to enjoy it, so hey, let's roll with that, right? Like, what's wrong with that? It's strange, doing one of these things. I don't know what to do with my eyes. I'm so used to doing Let's Plays where I have a headset on and just basically talking into a microphone. It's like I'm not aware of my personal self when I'm doing it, but now I'm looking myself right in the eye, and it's real weird. Make weird faces, I guess, is the only option. So, what are my plans for this series? I don't know. Let's think up some ideas. So, I wanted to maybe do one once a week. I thought that would be kind of a cool thing to do. I don't have, like, a set schedule in mind per se, nor do I really even have a topic in mind most of the time. What I was thinking I would do is, well, I have sort of like a little pre-prepared thing that I wanted to talk about, but for, future episodes, everything going beyond this one, I was thinking maybe, hey, let's see what you guys write in the comments, and if there's an interesting topic that I feel like I want to jump into, maybe I'll mention you on the next episode and, feature your comment or something. I feel like that could be a nice way to have some interactivity to this series, as well as still open things up to the possibility of me doing whatever I feel like doing at the moment. And that's kind of part of the way the channel works, I suppose. So yeah, don't hesitate if you have something you're curious to hear me harp on or rant about. If you have something particularly pressing, probably use Ask FM first, because I'm more likely to answer it there, but if you want to just, have the potential to enter into that little running lottery or whatever you want to call it, feel free. So hopefully this is a cool idea, and hopefully you're into it. Pardon the weird equipment. I mean, I'm just using my reverse camera on my iPhone for now. The idea being that if this does do all right, then I'll just go ahead and buy a nicer camera. I almost did it a couple of times already, and something has always stopped me. I think the last time was I almost bought a pretty nice DSLR, and it was a little too pricey, and also only recorded for 29 minutes at a time. And not that that should really be all that prohibitive, but just was for me at the time, so I passed it up. Maybe I'll find a better deal in the future, I don't know. Because yeah, the quality's not going to be fantastic on these, at least getting started, but I kind of feel like, let's just not care for a minute, let's just do it and see if it's okay, and if it sucks, then it sucks, so I can always do it later again. But I'm tired of the hindering myself process of all of this. And this will also give me another outlet to necessarily talk about the progress of the channel, or things to do with that, or, specific happenings. But anyway, thing for today, I saw a post on Reddit, and I hope this isn't how very many of these vlogs start, but it is kind of a branching off little path of a stream of consciousness here. Saw a post on Reddit, a guy was at a bar, saw on his table someone had carved the Half-Life 3 insignia, the logo, the Half-Life logo, into the bar, and he was like, are we part of an ARG? And it just sort of started me thinking, how weird is it that there's like a few people out there in the world that were in charge of the way that the mythos of Half-Life was, that they didn't realize it when they were starting, obviously, but as things went on, it kind of got bigger and bigger and spiraled out of control, and has just led to this bizarrely huge fandom that's so incredibly concerned with everything about the game, and like the fact that like there are potentially infinite possibilities of where we could find ourselves in a Half-Life ARG. Like, how weird is that, right? That we could find ourselves in a position where we're not sure if we're in reality at certain times. Like, we're not sure when we're supposed to suspend our belief that we are within the realm of normal existent reality that we seem to find ourselves in on a usual basis, right? This one particular piece of pop culture phenomenon has kind of pushed things beyond that normal level to this new realm of understanding. It's very strange. I just kind of couldn't wrap my mind around that. There's people out there at one point that decided, let's talk about the scientist guy who went into a laboratory and he discovered this special element and he pushed it into a beam, and then there's monsters and things happen. it started so simply, right? It's like it's kind of a generic sci-fi premise in some ways, although I'm not going to get into arguments with people in the comments about whether or not it's a legitimate thing. That's for a whole nother video, because I'm sure I could go on quite at length. I actually had a long talk with Alpaca Patrol about the legitimacy of the Half-Life story, but again, another video for that. But I just think that's so weird that we started out at what was normally just like a little sub is not where I wanted it. Just kind of an average sci-fi premise that expanded out to be something so much bigger, and in a way seems to have like exponentially larger following than, I don't know, personally I feel like makes sense for what it actually has accomplished in the realm of storytelling. Again, I guess maybe I would have to get into the legitimacy of the story, but it's just amazing to me that that's a thing, that we are now in this bated breath state of infinite waiting for Half-Life 3, that it's like, when the release date comes out, the internet's just gonna not work that day. Like, why is this the thing that makes everybody so whipped up? Did I miss something? I don't know. It's really kind of funny. And the fact that we could find ourselves in a position that, like, you run into a logo of it, and we all have this understanding that outside in the world that we live in this little community of people who are all familiar with tech and gaming and all of that, it brings us together in this way that we're like, wait a minute, should I be paying more attention than I am right now? Like, what's going on with that? I don't know. Let me know what you think about this concept, whether or not Half-Life deserves the hype that it has. I guess that's a really controversial thing for me to say, I know. But I'm curious to know what you think. Have you ever run into an element in the world where you've gone, hey, wait, there's a Triforce spray painted on that wall. Should I be thinking about reality not being the way I understand it all of a sudden? Am I part of a bigger scheme? What if the entire world has only been created because Half-Life exists? Am I right? Like, maybe the entirety of existence only has happened because it's a way to perpetuate Half-Life 3 into existence, right? It's a way to think about it. If we didn't have the reality we're in right now, it wouldn't have made a whole lot of sense for there to be a story. I think I'm onto something, guys. Anyway, let me know what you think about this series, about that idea, and if you have any ideas for me to talk about on the next one, let me know. I am curious, and I'll try and keep these fairly on the shorter side. I've been learning lately that people are a lot more engaged with shorter videos. I've always had this tendency of doing like half-an-hour long videos or longer, and nothing wrong with bite-sized content too, you know, keeps people interested. I'm kind of for that, actually. It's great. Anyway, so I'll catch you next time. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and if you did, consider leaving a like. It helps me out a whole bunch. You know, the more interest there is, obviously, the more galvanized I'd be to do more of these in the future, and I'm gonna have to get used to doing stuff with my face. I don't know. I don't know what to do with my face. Silly faces. See you next time, guys.